start of 2026. The junior from Newport Beach, California at 6'5". Primarily a bullpen guy. You'll see him all different roles, but start number 1 of 2026. Always good stuff. Last time out, 2 1/3 in the first game against Texas A&M. Recorded his 5th win that game against the Aggies. That was actually last Thursday night.
And with Cyber, you're going to see a fastball that has a lot of down action. A fastball, kind of a sinker. It's getting right under these bats. You're going to see a lot of ground balls from the Sooners. And so I think that's a strategic by the Commodores to start Cyber, because they know they're going to get some guys that can put some ball in play and really move the game along.
Jason Walk to start it off, the Oklahoma center fielder. Making his 31st start, 247 his average. Facing Cyber to begin the night, left side, and a good start for the Sooners. A base hit to left by Walk. So man on base right away for Oklahoma. In that game last night, there was 2-2 into the 7th. Well, Brennan Brock's been terrific, a 4-game hit streak, the team leader in several different categories, including home runs, RBIs, slugging, hits, and second on the team in OPS. He is the cleanup man. Walk, Willits, and Gamble here in the first inning for OU. Cyber misses down an end, ball 1. To Jackson Willits, 0 for 4. Walk, a run scored, struck out 3 times last night. That ended a 5-game hit streak for the Oklahoma shortstop. Man at first, Walk draws the throw. 12 of 17 in steal attempts. And Andrew, this is a team that definitely will run.
Oh yeah, I mean, you look at the stolen bases, and you kind of think maybe the stat sheet might be broken. I mean, there are a lot of crooked numbers up there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. There's 4 guys with double-digit steals. Kind of similar to a makeup and an offense that we saw from the Commodores last year. They manufactured a lot of runs, able to get guys on. So that's why it's so important for a guy like Jason Walk to get on, because that's really how that offense goes.
80 of 91 as a team. Good for second in the SEC. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Cyber pitching to Willits. And on the flip side of things, Corbin Reynolds behind the plate has done a great job of controlling the run game. He's thrown out 9 would-be base stealers in 17 attempts, including 1 last night. Not going here. A foul ball to make it 2-1.
Yeah, Cyber just looking to stay down in the zone, try and get a ground ball here. He left that fastball up to Walk, and that's really where he gets into some trouble. If he lifts the ball up, the ball doesn't have as much sink to it and can get hit around a little bit.
2-1 the count. Hard hit the other way. Same spot again. Cut off in the gap by Holcomb for Vanderbilt. Going first to third is Walk, and sliding in safely at second, Willits with a double. Oklahoma 2 in scoring position to start the night.
Yeah, 2 really good at bats back to back. Just hitting the ball exactly where it's pitched. Exact same spot, exact same result there.
So OU in business with Trey Gamble coming up, the left fielder. 330, 5 homers, driven in 23. 4-digit OPS for this guy. Cyber in trouble right away. Pitch down for a ball. Gamble, good night last night. 3 for 4, 2 doubles, drove in a run. Out of play, 1-1. Utah native. The senior Gamble trying to deliver a first inning run or 2 for Oklahoma. Outside, 2 balls and a strike.
It was a game last night that kind of took a while for both teams to get rolling. Had some really good pitching performances by both pitchers. So Oklahoma came up short last night, trying to draw first blood here.
Brennan Cyber down 3-1 in the count here to Gamble. You want to be careful with the base open. You do have the cleanup man, Brendan Brock, waiting to bat next. Pulled first base side. That's a foul ball. It hit the leg of Gamble. So now the count's full. You wear that leg guard for a reason.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a changeup. A little bit out in front of it.
Cyber would love a strikeout. Gamble trying to put Oklahoma on the board. A payoff pitch with nobody out. Pulled foul.
If you're Gamble here, all you got to do is just find a ball to put in play. I mean, you put the ball on the ground, you're going to score a run. You lift the ball in the air deep enough, you're going to score a run. So just making contact, putting in play, going to have some good things coming.
Payoff pitch number 2. Cyber brings it in, and it's ball 4. They are loaded for Mr. Brock, the Oklahoma catcher, with nobody out.
Yeah, tried to go to a back foot slider right there, but just a little bit inside. Nice visit there from his teammate Brody Johnson. Yeah, got to go to work here on the cleanup guy.
2 for 4, drove in a run last night. As I mentioned, team leader in a bunch of different categories. Outside for ball 1. 8 homers, 34 RBIs. Second in OPS at 960. First in slugging, 577. The junior from Illinois, 1-0 pitch. Foul tip, 1-1.
And coming back from last year, I mean, this is an OU team that they lost Easton Carmichael. They also lost other backup catcher, Scott Mudler, and needed a guy to really get in there. And Brock has been able to do that, as well as some others.
Hit towards short. They'll get the out at third. That will be all run scores as walk comes in. They only get 1 out, but runners will be at first and second now with 1 gone.
Yeah, it looked like Waite was moving to his right. Thought he might have had a chance to turn it there, but with a slow developing play, instead of just getting the runner out at second, you get the runner out at third, you get the lead runner, still have the double play in motion there.
Give Brock his 35th RBI on the fielder's choice. Oklahoma leads 1-0. Now a double play gets you out of the inning with Camden Johnson at the plate. Takes a strike. Junior from Texas. Homer 3 times, driven in 21. 1 for 5, a double. Run knocked in last night in game 1. Check of the runner at second, a ball and a strike. Nine multi-hit games for the guy at the plate, including the only 4-hit game of the season for Oklahoma. Now look back towards second. They had him leaning a little bit, and Gamble able to get back.
Yeah, the double steal is definitely an option here. I mean, you've got, what, 31 stolen bases between the two guys on first and second. So I definitely got to keep your eyes peeled.
Gonna throw back that way again. Gamble 12 out of 13 and Brock 19 of 20, so efficient with those steals as well. Ball and a strike to Johnson. Big swing, 1-2. And then Cyber, already 20 pitches, 5 hitters into the first inning. Ball and 2 strikes. Big pitch here with 2 on base. Pulled foul.
Yeah, the Sooners did not get much into the bullpen last night. Connor Fennell went 7 1/3. Tyler Baird was able to finish it up. So you look at the pitch usage there from Cyber this year. A lot of sinkers you'll see. A lot of cutters and sliders. Not much straight there, Kevin.
Yeah, that's always been the case for him throughout his time here. A lot of movement on all those pitches. 1 and 2. We'll see what he does here. Launched right field and deep, going back on the ball. John Stone, he is going to run out of room. A 3-run bomb by Camden Johnson in Oklahoma. Off to a big start here in game 2, leading 4-0.
Yeah, he hung that one, Kevin. And Johnson made him pay. That ball was crushed.
So Camden Johnson hits home run number 4, and RBIs 22, 23, and 24.
Yeah, it was a change. It was supposed to be like low and away, just hung up. Man was pretty much right down Broadway. And when you hang up a changeup like that, it usually ends like that. So you see a little mound visit here from Scott Brown. And that's usually the issue, Kevin, in a lot of these SEC games. It's one pitch, and that's why every pitch is so important. You know, it can be the difference in a game. And Oklahoma here out to a quick lead, 4-0.
It's not an Oklahoma team either that's going to hit a lot of home runs. They've hit a couple in this series. 13th in the SEC in homers entering today's play. That was their 32nd of this 2026 season. And you go to work now on a guy who hit his first homer of the season last night, Dayton LaChance. 2-run shot in game 1. Base is clear. Cyber out of the windup. Long drive down the right field line. That will be foul. Junior from Quebec. 291. 26 RBIs, including that homer last night. Outside 1-1. You know, watching Cyber over the last couple seasons, I mean, just tremendous stuff. And as we talked about, a lot of movement on all his pitches. Just been a matter of trying to harness it and throw strikes consistently.
It's supposed to, and locating. If he can locate that sinker down, I mean, you're going to get a lot of those chopped balls straight into the dirt. If he elevates it, you know, it doesn't have as much sink to it. You're going to get it hit, but also, as we just saw at the home run, with any changeup, you leave that elevated, and you're going to get a lot of connection, not a lot of swing and miss.
LaChance went around on that pitch, 1 and 2. Cyber gets him swinging. Gonna chase the pitch away. 2 outs for Oklahoma. First K recorded by number 34.
There's a nice cutter right there, outside corner, and that's where he's trying to live. Especially to the right-handers, uses that cutter on the outside corner, uses the sinker, the changeup to the left-handers.
Deshaun Harris, he's in right field tonight. Pinch hit last night, got a base hit, fly ball down the left field line. Holcomb can't get there in time. A lot of spin. Harris trying to stretch it into a double. He is in safely at second. The inning continues for OU.
Yeah, in a normal baseball field, that ball is easily caught. But here at Hawkins Field, left fielder usually has to play right in that gap. Kind of takes away the gap, but that ball that is kind of low liner, like right over the third baseman's head, takes a little bit more time for that left fielder to get there. And yeah, nice legging out the double there by Harris.
So 2 hits for Harris, and as many times up in this series. Here's Drew Dickerson. The DH role tonight, didn't play in game 1. Outside for a ball. Little activity in the Vanderbilt bullpen already with Dickerson, the 8th man to bat in the Oklahoma first. Everybody's still settling in here at Hawkins Field. Liner back up the middle. Sooners will add 1 more. The throw comes in and safe at the plate. A lot closer than it looked like it might be. Harris using that great speed to get home to make it 5-0 as Dickerson delivers another run.
That ball was scorched right up the middle. And a heck of a job by Harris to get on his horse, because that ball got to Rigdon pretty quickly, and a really nice slide, avoiding the tag there from Reynolds.
16 RBIs for Dickerson, 110 off the bat, our producer Doug Stanton tells us. Oklahoma batting around here in the first. Cutter for a strike to Kyle Branch, the second baseman. Difficult first frame here for Brennan Cyber in his first start, the junior from California. Inside 1-1. Branch 0 for 3 last night. That ended a 9-game on base streak. The sophomore second baseman. Break even pitch. Got him to swing, 1-2. Cyber strikes out Branch to retire the side. Damage done for the Sooners. 5 runs, 5 hits, including this swing by Camden Johnson. A no-doubter to right field, into the net. Sooners 5, Commodores coming up. Cameron Johnson, the lefty for OU on the mound, 6'6", 256, Maryland native, LSU transfer. This guy, Andrew, has tremendous stuff. It's an easy 96, 97.
Yeah, it's power. I mean, it is a lot of velo coming at you, but you look at him and he throws it, and it's very low effort. And as a hitter, that's very deceptive, because that ball just explodes out of the hand. He's also got a nice little sinker changeup, depending on lefty or righties. And yeah, it's going to be difficult for the Commodores.
Lineup as assembled by head coach Tim Corbin for the Vandy boys, including Brody Johnston. They flip-flopped Johnston and Barzy from the original lineup. Brody has swung the bat great. Those home games, just short of 500 average. Having a tremendous season. We talked about Mike Mancini off the top, the work he's done. Mancini, Johnston, and Barzy. The Vanderbilt first. So just about ready to go for a Vanderbilt team that is second in the SEC in home runs with 76. Georgia leading the way, 2 away from 100 already. Vanderbilt on pace to shatter the single season record. 5th in average at 298. And here is Mancini to start it off. Left on left to begin the bottom half of this first inning. Johnson's pitch is down for ball 1. 356, a dozen homers, 36 RBIs for the senior from New York. Who's been even better than that in SEC play. 362, 8 of those 12 home runs have been in conference games. Top 10 in the SEC in homers, 5th in slugging, 5th in OPS, 9th in on-base percentage, and tied for 8th in walks. So getting on base and leaving the yard, up and in, 2-1.
Hey, you talk about a spark plug at the top of the order. This is the guy that you want. This is your senior leadoff guy. Got a lot of at-bats under his belt. He's very calm at the plate, very consistent, and also got 12 bombs, so can do a lot with the bat. But I'll say 97 from the left side, left on left, that's tough. That is tough. That is a difficult angle there for Cam Johnson.
2-2 to the Vandy leadoff man, inside full count. Fun matchup right away. The payoff to begin the Vanderbilt first. Inside for ball 4, so Mancini, his 28th walk of 2026. Down to first, the leadoff man aboard for the Commodores.
And you're down early 5-0. You just got to get some base runners. Mancini does just that.
10 for 10 in steal tries. Brody Johnston, the number 2 spot, 3 for 4 and double, drove in a run last night. 16 multi-hit games for the sophomore from Ottawa. 7th in the SEC in batting average at .364. 51 hits. Looks at a ball.
Had a great year last year, and you knew he was special just by the way he carried himself. Played a really good third base last year, and coming into this season, I think that was the question: can he repeat that? Can he improve upon that? And man, has he ever! He's been so consistent, and just every time he makes contact with the ball, it's hard, and it's moving somewhere.
A lot of line drives toward the gaps. Go a little bit of everywhere. Saw him pull one over the big wall back on Tuesday. The midweek win. 2-0, takes ball 3. As Andrew said, you're just looking for base runners, down by 5 runs early, and a quick mound visit for Brock the catcher. Oh, maybe you noticed something in mechanics, or just trying to settle him down a little bit here?
Yeah, I mean, I think early in the game, just trying to find his footing. I mean, it is a turf mound out there, so a little bit different. But a nice job by Brock, his catcher, just trying to slow the heartbeat down.
Theo Johnston gets a green light on 3-0. It's outside for ball 4. 2 walks to begin the Vanderbilt first.
And pretty uncharacteristic here for Johnson. I mean, he's had 2 appearances with 0 walks allowed, usually very much around the zone and fills up the zone, but here quickly 2 walks right out of the gate.
Yeah, his last appearance against Alabama last weekend went 6 innings, 8 hits, couple earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and got the win. They really felt like he got back on track a couple weeks ago against Texas. Vanderbilt like to see this guy get rolling again. Colin Barzey. Missed away for ball 1. A pair of 3 home run games in 2026 for Barzey. One was last week against Texas A&M in College Station. The other on opening day. That's the stretch of the season with an injury she's still dealing with, but able to DH. 1-0 pitch. And there's a strike, 1-1. Fastball at 95.
And here down by 5 in the first inning, you can still feel good energy from the fans. I don't think that you had that same feeling last year, Kevin. This is an offense this year that, I mean, within a few minutes can put up some big numbers with some big swings. Last year, it took that offense a while to, get base runners on. They didn't really have a lot of guys that could go out of the yard and really put some good swings on the ball. It took them a while to manufacture runs, but not so much this year. I mean, this is an offense that is really potent.
Yeah, manufacturing runs this season is hitting a 3-run bomb into the bleachers. Or walk-off grand slam or some combination. Runners go. The throw will go to second. Everybody safe. Mancini to third. Johnston to second. Commodores execute the double steal. The count 2-2 to Barzey.
Really nice job there by Johnston, the back runner. He was right on Mancini. Mancini was able to get the little jump lead, easily stole third base, but yeah, it's really on that back runner to make sure he can get to second base.
2-2 meanwhile to Barzey, and the dirt full count.
And that's one of those plays that usually is not called by Tim Corbin. That's kind of a field play by the lead runner in Mancini, and Johnson, the back runner, just kind of has to be in sync with his teammate. But now both in scoring position, so huge opportunity there, and a great job by the Commodore base runners.
Trying to climb back in it, down 5, ball 4, 3 straight walks, and now Holcomb comes up with the bags full. Xander Mercurius, the freshman, loosening in the Oklahoma bullpen with Cameron Johnson struggling with the control. Look down at the OU pen. Skip Johnson is a fantastic pitching coach, and Heads out for a mound visit here in the first. We saw L.J. Mercurius. He was terrific last night, and the bullpen had its struggles. The two starters last night were outstanding. Mercurius for Oklahoma, and of course for Vanderbilt, he had the nice performance by Connor Fennell. Into the 8th inning. Here is Holcomb at 309, 11 homers, but it's been a minute, 35 RBIs. One for 3, a double, a walk, and RBI last night. Straight back, right on the fastball. 1 strike.
Yeah, it's tough for a guy that hasn't been really around the plate. You know he's going to come there at some point, and Braden Holcomb just missed that 95-mile-an-hour fastball right there in the outside corner.
Swing the bat well here at Hawkins Field, like so many of these Vandy hitters have. 1 strike, outside to the backstop, but it came back to the catcher Brock, and Mancini decided to stay put. Not a lot of foul territory. That backstop's really close here at Hawkins Field.
Yeah, you could see Mancini only took like 1 step. He knows this park. He knows there's not much room back there.
He also did not have a huge lead on that play, so wisely stays at third base. Ball and a strike to Holcomb. 1-2.
You see Holcomb shaking his head. He was wanting a big swing right there. Maybe trying to hunt the fastball too much and chased in the dirt.
Cameron Johnson is trying to get it out. 1-2 with the bases loaded. Strike 3 called. Hits the outside corner with a fastball to retire Holcomb. 1 gone.
A nice spot right there by Johnson. That's a fastball low and away right on the corner. Holcomb just couldn't pull the trigger.
Holcomb retired, back still full for Logan Johnstone. He homered last night, 1 for 4, the senior from California. That was his 8th. Leans away from a pitch inside. Back on Thursday night, game 1, Logan Johnstone. Seen some power out of number 2 this season. Slides it over the wall in right center. 1 ball count. 2 balls and no strikes to number 2.
Yeah, that was one of those home runs that just looked like a gap shot and then caught some little backspin and rode out of there. He does such a good job of letting the ball travel. And usually when you let that ball travel, let it get deep, you are able to create a lot of that backspin.
Runners at every base. No place to put Johnstone, a 3-ball count. You got Mancini at third, Johnston at second, Barzy at first with 1 gone. Inside, not close. Johnstone gets an RBI. And Vanderbilt is on the board. It's 5-1. Mancini comes in to score.
You see Johnson shaking his head there, trying to find the zone. Look at his last 2 SEC starts versus first 2 SEC starts. The walks in particular, the last 2 have been pretty solid.
But he won't make it out of the first inning here in Nashville. Well, we saw Xander Mercurius getting loose, the freshman from Las Vegas. OU to the pen. We've seen a lot of hitters, a lot of base runners already here in the first inning. 5-1. We're coming back to the Hawk after this. Well, Oklahoma hoping that Xander Mercurius is as good as his brother was last night. LJ was terrific in game 1. That freshman from Las Vegas in to try to pick up his teammate Cameron Johnson here in the first inning. Appearance number 9, good ERA, 18 2/3, including 6 innings against Alabama in their series last weekend. Gave up 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts through 96 pitches.
Yeah, I'm sure he was not expecting to come in the bottom of the first here on Friday night, but yeah, here we are. Mercurius, really good little pitch package. If it's a hard fastball, it's a hard slider, almost like a cutter, and then a really, really decelerated changeup. So some differing speeds, trying to change up the eye angle and also get these batters off balance, but going to be a tough draw here with bases loaded.
Angel Campos said something to Mercurius, and now Skip Johnson out of the first base dugout. Not sure what the issue is here. The hitter will be Chris Maldonado with the bases still loaded, 1 out, 1 in for Vanderbilt. Bases loaded, walk to Logan Johnstone. All right, now we're ready. Maldonado getting the start in game 2 at first base. Down for a ball. 264, 4 homers, 19 RBIs. He's been a regular starter for a chunk of this season. 0 for 1 in game 1 last night. Comes up empty with a big swing on a fastball, 1-1. Only 1 appearance in the series against Texas A&M in College Station last weekend. Chance here with the bases loaded. Vanderbilt down early, but threatening. Foul tip to stay alive. Well, that makes it 1-2.
Yeah, if you're the Commodores, you got to go right now. I mean, you do not get many opportunities to get bases loaded here with the pitching staff that's kind of struggling. You got to find a way to claw some of these runs back right here.
Breaking pitch fouled off, stays 1-2. Maldonado in his 100th career game tonight. Johnson at third, Barzy second, Johnstone at first. One, 2 again. Close, but 2-2.
It's a good spot. I think it may be a little bit low, but that's a great spot right there from Mercurius.
Now it's 2-2. Maldonado stays off a pitch away, full count.
These are 2 really good pitches right there, but a really good job by Maldonado not to chase. He doesn't chase down, he doesn't chase on the slider away. Bases loaded here. We'll see what he comes with.
Full count, payoff, pop foul.
Really good AB from Maldonado. It's 3 pitches in a row that he's spoiled, forcing Mercurius to come and continue to pitch those balls inside the zone.
Payoff number 2. Ball 4. Oklahoma walks in another run as Mercurius loses Maldonado on a 3-2 pitch. Give him an RBI and make it 5-2 as Johnston comes down to touch the plate.
And a well-earned RBI right there from Maldonado. A heck of an at-bat.
Well, the run brought in for Maldonado, his 20th of the season. Riker Waite now the batter. You probably thought he'd be batting from the right side of the plate, the switch hitter, but batting lefty against the right-hander. Down and in, swing and a miss. Heater at 95. Waite last night 1 for 3, scored 2 runs in game 1. Sophomore from Arizona. Very nice second season for Vanderbilt. The plate and in the field, out in front, 0-2.
And that's a look at the changeup. I mean, you go from like 95 down to 82. That is a huge difference, and it looks the exact same coming out of the hand, so it just shows how effective that changeup is.
Wait, the 0-2 pitch, bounced up and got him. Mercurius frustrated. Commodores bring in a third run without putting a ball in play. 2 on bases loaded walks, and now a hit batsman, and Wake gets an RBI. It's 5-3.
Yeah, that ball just a little bit yanked to arm side. Tried to go with the slider there. But yeah, I mean, you get bases loaded, there's not a lot of room for error.
And it continues for Corbin Reynolds, the 8th man to bat in the Vanderbilt first after OU sent 9 to the plate. The top half of this inning, the freshman from Clarksville.
Well, Kevin, I hope you didn't have many plans for it tonight, because this one could go for a while.
We have another game at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Here's Reynolds, first pitch swinging at a slider, fouls it off. A hit in 2 times up with a walk and a run scored last night in game 1 for Reynolds. Comes in at 293, 4 bombs, 18 knocked in. Now a base hit likely gets you back even with a 5-3 game. The bases loaded, 1 out. In the dirt, but Brock goes over to get it pretty quickly with Mercurius coming in to cover. Johnstone stays at third. I think Angel Campos is giving the catcher Brock a minute to gather himself. And Coach Skip Johnson in the Oklahoma dugout, hoping his pitcher can throw a double play ball with Reynolds at the plate. Leads away from a breaking pitch, 2-1. It's been a tough go for the Oklahoma bullpen, facing 15 hitters, 11 have reached.
And a lot of them haven't even taken the bat off their shoulder.
Yep. That hasn't been the case in this inning. 5 walks and a hit batsman. 2-1 count to Reynolds. 2-2. Couldn't catch up with a heater from Mercurius. Two. Fouled at the plate. Reynolds just does get a piece of it. Brock couldn't hang on.
Another good AB here from Commodore hitters. Reynolds swung through a fastball of the pitch before, and then was on time with it there, just the barrel a little bit below. If you're Mercurius, you probably go with the slider away here.
2-2, runners at every base. Use the breaking pitch, but it's inside, full count.
That's a tough spot here, Kevin. As a pitcher, I mean, you're like, man, I can't walk in another run. But you also don't want to groove one right down the middle and have an opportunity for the Commodores to take the lead.
Payoff, hit him. Make it 5-4. Coming in to score Johnstone. 4 on the board without putting a ball in play for Vanderbilt. Reynolds gets an RBI, and Rustin Rigdon will come up.
Ooh, that's tough right there, Kevin.
Oklahoma pitching really struggling here in the first inning. So Cameron Johnson, the lefty, faced 5 hitters. Xander Mercurius, a walk and 2 hit batsman to bring in 3 runs. And activity just now getting started. Trent Collier, the lefty, the sophomore for Oklahoma in their bullpen. Well, the pitching was great last night, but first inning tonight, been a struggle for both sides. All right, here is Rigdon, the switch hitting Vanderbilt center fielder at 239. 0 for 3, a walk, 2 runs last night. Ball one outside to the guy they call the Rooster, the sophomore from Metter, Georgia.
Yeah, Kevin, already 73 pitches here for both sides. Not even out of the bottom of the first.
Man. I've seen some games like this in this ballpark this season. Now here, a good spot for Rigdon. 2-0 count with the bases loaded. Ball 3.
But hey, it's Friday night, you know, come to the park, get a hot dog.
or maybe more than one.
Yeah, in the day, in the work week in a good way.
.3-0 pitch is a strike. Vanderbilt trying to bat around without recording a hit. 4 on the board. It's 5-4. Rigdon ready for a 3-1 pitch. Liner center field and down for a base hit. Vanderbilt will get 2 runs home. They had to hold up to see if it would drop. Maldonado and Wade come in to score. The first hit of the night gives Vanderbilt the lead at 6-4, 6-5.
And you were just kind of waiting for that to happen, Kevin. For somebody to just put a bat in the ball and really break this thing open, and Rustin Rigdon does just that. It's fastball in the outside corner and just absolutely strokes it to right center field. Commodores able to take the lead.
What an inning. Back to the top for Mike Mancini. Got the inning started a little while ago with a walk and came around to score. Back then we were thinking, hey, you get a couple guys on, maybe you get a run, you chip away at it a little bit. Half dozen on the board. Big swing, 1-1. Only 1 out has been recorded. That was a strikeout of Braden Holcomb. Mancini, pop up, short left field, will stay up. Making the catch, Gamble gets a throw back in, and Reynolds stays put at third, 2 outs. Well, Brody Johnston will get a second AB here in the first inning. He walked, stole a base, and scored his first time up. Reynolds at third, Rigdon at second, 2 gone. Slider for a strike. Xander Mercurius going to get one more. Pitch is high, 1-1. Mancini, the first hitter he's been able to get out after the first 4 reached. Liner left field, base hit. 2 more coming in for the Vandy boys. This time it is Brody Johnston. 2 RBI single, make it 8-5.
Just talk about the consistency from Brody Johnston. That's a fastball, rides in, gets the hands quick to it, and another big time hard contact right in the 6 hole. Scores 2. Commodores, man, continuing to lay it on. 8-5 here in the first.
Colin Barzey bats for the second time. He walked and scored his first time up. Smacks it the other way, right field coming on. Terrific catch. Harris gets there to retire the side. What an inning. 13 combined runs, 8 runs on 2 hits for Vanderbilt. 1 man left. 8-5. We've played 1. Well, we're ready for the second inning here in Nashville. After a 48-minute first inning, we saw 85 pitches, 13 runs. Commodores scoring 8 after Oklahoma put up 5, including a 3-run homer by Camden Johnson. Brennan Cyber to Jason Walk, who started off the Oklahoma first about an hour ago. In there for a strike. Base hit and scored his first time up.
And what a great opportunity here for Cyber. Got down 5-0 in the first. Get some great run support from his offense. Kind of reset, go back out there and kind of attack the zone again.
Almost treated like it's a new game. There's a foul ball, 1-2. Hit for Walk, his third of the series and 4 times up. Veteran player, game number 132 of his career. Cyber, close spitball 2. Full count. Cyber gave up 5 runs on 5 hits in the Oklahoma first, 1 walk. Payoff and a swing and a miss. Got Walk to chase a pitch down and in, 1 out.
A great job hanging in there. He got the full count, but big time sink right there on that fastball. A heck of a pitch to sit him down.
That is a tough pitch to deal with. 90 and dropping in there. Check swinging a pitch in by Jackson Willis. Willits double his first time up. Starting a new hit streak after a 5-game string ended last night. Like Vanderbilt's Riker Wade, part of the Brooks Wallace Award watch list for the top shortstop in the country. Cyber getting another swing and miss to make it 1-2.
It goes with the back foot slider right there. See if he goes with a little change-up or even just that sinker away.
A close pitch to make it 2-2. This team's facing off for first time here in Nashville in a long time, going back to 1978. Oklahoma's second year in the SEC and first time to visit as a conference opponent. Another foul ball. They played 4 times last year, including 3 in Norman and 1 in Hoover. Here's your series info. They played in the 1978 Worth Music City Invitational. They played a lot of games. Teams played 6 games.
And played a lot of the local teams like Belmont and Lipscomb. I thought that was really cool.
Oklahoma beat Belmont, Lipscomb, and Trevecca. Lost against Vanderbilt, Virginia Tech, and Miami, Ohio.
How about the Worth sponsor?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a brand I hadn't heard in a while.
It's Tullahoma, right?
Yeah.
2-2 from Cyber. Called, 3rd strike. Back-to-back Ks. He gets Willits looking. 2 outs. The Oklahoma second.
It's a heck of a pitch right here. And where he was struggling last inning, that sinker, that fastball sinker, really living low in the zone right there.
Trey Gamble walked and scored. Bats with 2 outs here in the second. Takes a strike. What if this game's the reverse of last night, where like there's now goose eggs for the remaining 8 innings? Somehow I don't think that'll be the case. 1 strike pitch. Strike 2. Cyber looking much better here in the second. Landing his pitches. Strike 3 called. 5 Ks for Cyber in the first 2 innings. 3 of them here in the second. He gets Jason Walk on a pitch down. Willett's looking, and Gamble called out on strikes. Commodores leading 8-5, inning number 2. Well, the Sooners trying to find control here in these first couple innings. Third pitcher used will be Trent Collier. Appearance number 10 of the guys having a good season, 2.38 ERA. Couple of appearances against Alabama. Made the game 3 start through 2 innings. Will inherit a base runner with Braden Holcomb at first in an 8-5 game. 13 runs crossed in the first inning. Just tuning in, it took 48 minutes if you're wondering why we're only in the second.
Yeah, no weather. It's a beautiful night.
We haven't had a delay or anything, knock on wood. It is a great night to enjoy a game. Weather is perfect. Upper 70s. Temperatures climbed in low 80s today. Have some Sour Patch Kids. Get all sugared up.
I mean, I might need some of that here in about the 5th inning.
Yeah, drop by some Sour Patch Kids. Well, the lefty Collier will face the left-handed batting Logan Johnstone with Holcomb at first and nobody out.
Yeah, Collier, switching him up, coming from the left side. Very good fastball. Not as much velo as we've seen some of the other pitches. A little bit lower, the low 90s, but the slider mostly to the left-handers we'll see here from Johnstone.
He walked to bring in a run and came around to score. Throw to first. Number 5 spot in the batting order for number 2. Decent lead for Holcomb at first. Collier brings it. And it's a strike. .95 on that last fastball. 1-1. Vanderbilt team that has not run as much as they typically do. A lot more power this season. We did see a double steal in the first. Ball and a strike. Johnstone fights it off. 1-2. And Andrew, the way this season's gone, you don't see Vanderbilt have an 8-run inning without a home run in there somewhere.
Right? Yeah, you expect there to be at least 1 or 2 in there, but had a lot of help from the Sooners pitchers. A lot of free bags and a lot of free runs there.
Johnstone able to check 2-2. First 13 games of SEC play, Vanderbilt has 30 home runs. That's best in the conference. And SEC only. A&M 27, Georgia with 25. Fly ball, left field line. That's going to get into the Vanderbilt bullpen, a foul ball.
It's easy to look at the stat sheet and see the large number of walks that Oklahoma has thrown, but you also can't neglect the fact that Vandy hasn't really helped them out. They haven't chased the ball outside the zone a lot, and that's something they've done a really good job of this year, especially compared to last year. They're really doing a good job of that pitch selection, knowing which balls they can handle, and not chasing outside the zone.
Johnstone takes strike 3 as Collier makes a pitch. 1 out.
It's a pretty good spot right here. Low and in. Johnstone thought it might have been a little bit low. It's a guy who knows the strike zone pretty well.
Here's Chris Maldonado. He walked, brought home a run, scored a run. Came in on the hit by Rustin Rigdon that brought in 2. Runner at first now with 1 out. Maldonado at the plate. Angel Campos looking toward the first base dugout. I don't know if they're chirping a little too much for his liking. And somebody just got tossed.
Well, let's... You can see in the background. I was looking, I thought it was coming from Skip Johnson, and then realized it wasn't. He was calling Angel Campos saying, hey, he called the ball away with probably a few other choice words, but and gets the standing O from the bullpen.
The bullpen's fired up down there. Meanwhile, a 1-ball count to Maldonado. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So what do you do? Do you go get on the bus, or do you?
I think you just go grab a hamburger and
walk
hang
back
out.
to the hotel and hang out outside. Fly ball foul to make it 2-1.
I mean, Broadway's not too far away, so
it's about 2.5 miles.
Yeah. You can make it down there, not too long.
It's easier if you're not carrying a goalpost. Throw over to first. Check on the pitch up. 3 balls and a strike. That was assistant coach Todd Butler that was ejected from the Oklahoma dugout. And strike 2 delivered to Maldonado to run the count full. Payoff. Maldonado sends in the air, fly ball, right side and foul. Do it again on 3-2. Payoff. Nope. Throw to first.
Maldonado really good at bat last AB. Drew the bases loaded walk, fouled off a number of pitches, and in a similar situation here. Another good at bat.
High for ball 4. Runners at first and second for Riker Waite.
Again, it's just the pitch selection. That's an elevated fastball that, well, as a hitter, it looks good coming out of the hands, and a lot of guys with 2 strikes probably offer at that, but a really good job by Maldonado not chasing.
7 walks issued by Oklahoma pitching in the first 1 1/3. Riker Waite was hit by a pitch that brought in a run, and he scored a run. Oh, you would love a ground ball somewhere. Instead, it's a line drive somewhere. Goes to right field. Holcomb waved in from third. He will score. RBI for Waite. 9-5, Vandy boys.
very solid piece of hitting right there from Waite. Didn't wait much time. Got a pitch he could handle right in the outside corner. Fastball, just shoots it right into right field, and Tim Corbin, the full windmill on for Holcomb.
Maldonado put on the brakes at second, waits at first, to a board for Corbin Reynolds. He was hit. RBI hit by pitch and came around to score. Still only one out in the Vanderbilt second. Commodores have added a run to lead by 4. Been down 5-0, currently ahead 9-5. It has been a wacky game so far. Pulled third base line, foul ball. That was a nice play by Camden Johnson, the third baseman, but everybody will head back.
That was a heck of a play. Good first step. Able to glove it.
Check of the runners with 1 out, a ball and a strike. 1-2 to the Commodore catcher. His RBI was his 19th. .94 in the fastball from Collier. Second lefty used by Oklahoma tonight. Swung on and missed. And Collier gets a big second out with the runner still at first and second. Reston Rigdon. Sorry, Andrew.
No, he needed that one big time. Really had a good fastball up in the zone, and Oklahoma just trying to get some momentum going on the mound.
Oh, interesting here. Reston Rigdon is a switch hitter, but batting left-handed against the lefty Collier. He had one of the big hits for Vanderbilt. The runs have mostly been on walks and hit batsmen, but had a 2 RBI single back in the first. That was Vanderbilt's first hit. Pulled, just foul. Almost took out first base umpire Brian DeBrouwer.
Yeah, they must have been seeing something in the scouting report, knowing that, you know, maybe doesn't like the slider, or, you know, doesn't like throwing the changeup in certain counts. And Reston Rigdon just felt like, hey, if I can really see that fastball, I know I'm going to be on it.
0-2. Maldonado at second. Wade at first after driving in a run. Frame number 2. And a 1-2 count to Rigdon. The Rooster masks. They also have the Hulk for when Braden Holcomb is up.
Dedication.
Another 1-2 pitch. Collier trying to wrap up the frame. Outside, 2-2. Left on left and a 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Good job by Collier to limit the damage. Vanderbilt gets a run on 1 hit. Big swing by Rocker Waite. 2 men left, 9-5 after 2. We have reached the third. Vanderbilt 9, Oklahoma 5 here in the Music City. The Commodores hosting the number 16 Sooners, second of a 3-game series. Now, there are 2 coaches, veteran coaches, and a lot of success for both those guys. Skip Johnson took OU to the finals of the College World Series back in 2022. Tim Corbin, 5 trips to Omaha with Vanderbilt, won it twice. Of course, Skip, long time at Texas with Augie Garrido. Key part of their success, and done a terrific job with this Oklahoma program. Been there for a decade. 9 years as head coach. Brandon Brock to start the Sooner third. He's a cleanup man, reached on a fielder's choice, brought in a run, and scored a run. And a 5-run Oklahoma first.
Yeah, Skip Johnson, part of that Augie Garrido coaching tree. Just think about the number of guys that Coach Garrido able to influence. Tim Corbin himself got a little tree going as well. I mean, Eric Bakich at Clemson, Cliff Godwin, East Carolina, and Josh Holliday at Oklahoma State.
You think about the assistants too,
right?
And some that have gone on to the big leagues. Derek Johnson, pitching coach. 1-2, fouled away. It's always fun to turn on a game and see David Macias coaching first base.
Yeah.
Antoine Richardson. Ball and 2 strikes to Brock. Brennan Cyber, inning number 3. Pitch number 55. Served out toward right, hit fairly well. Johnstone, warning track. That one kept on going. Slides back to make the catch, 1 out.
Yeah, a little extra carry. It wasn't really a hard swing, but just hit it in the right spot.
It's the first fly ball out recorded by Cyber. Maybe the first for either side. Oklahoma had a couple back in the first. Here's Camden Johnson. Big swing for the Sooners so far. A 3-run bomb. It's part of that 5-run first. His 4th home run. He's driven in 24. That's it off 0-2. You got Skip Johnson, Camden Johnson. You had the starter Cameron Johnson. Vanderbilt has Johnstone and 2 Johnstons.
Yeah, we're gonna have to use first names
Yeah,
here.
we're gonna have to go to first names. To center field, Rigdon coming on, and he got it. What a play. Rooster going to the turf to make the catch. 2 outs.
It was a heck of a play. I thought he was gonna let it bounce in front of him, but made the decision. He's going for it. He was playing pretty far in left center field, but man, covered some ground. Brennan Cyber likes it.
All of a sudden, Cyber has sat down 6 in a row. Here's Dayton LaChance. Little help from his friends, though. Great play by Rigdon in center field. LaChance 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Talked about it the first time up. Hit his first home run of the season last night. That was a 2-run shot. Ball 1 strike. Cyber tries to record a 2nd consecutive clean frame. Break-even pitch with 2 outs. Foul ball 1-2. LaChance, a guy who had a 10-game hit streak that's been the best of the season for Oklahoma. That was back in February and March. Oh, man, almost took out Deshaun Harris over the on-deck circle. Had to skip out of the way.
Yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel here at Hawkins Field. Ball comes at you quick.
Play LaChance pretty much straight away. A ball and 2 strikes. Another 1-2 pitch. Lays off a pitch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two, pulled through the hole. Wade can't get to it. 2-out single by LaChance. Give OU a base runner here in the 3rd. A nice AB there for the Oklahoma first baseman. Odison Harris, a double and scored his first time up. Pinch hit last night. Had a double and a run scored in game 1. Slider stays inside. Harris, guy who played in all 3 games against Alabama last weekend, was part of the regional all-tournament team in Chapel Hill last season. Hit .313 back in 2025. 2-0 the count. Start number 7 of the 2026 season for Harris. Takes a breaking pitch inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Maybe more of a cutter there. Oklahoma just trying to get some base runners. Little 2-out threat here in the 3rd. Cyber needs a strike and delivers to make it 3-1.
Yeah, see Cyber here at 68 pitches. A little bit of stirring there in the pen, not much action. Got to feel like they ride Cyber as long as they can, and man.
I'm going to call a balk here on Cyber. It's kind of an awkward throw over to first. LaChance goes to second.
I think Maldonado was telling him something. I don't know if he kind of got off the bag back there. An awkward pickoff, and yeah, they called the balk, moving to second.
Meanwhile, a 3-1 count, and Harris takes ball 4. Well, Cyber got the first 2, a fly out to right and a line out on a nice play by Rigdon in center, but then a base hit and a walk. Some 2-out trouble with Drew Dickerson coming up. RBI single in his first at bat. Aiden Stillman loosening in the Commodore bullpen, the freshman. Outside for ball 1. Scott Brown will pay a visit to the Hawkins Field mound. And I was thinking back earlier this inning, Andrew, it felt like Cyber's really starting to get control of his pitches and looking more comfortable, but then some difficulty after that.
Yeah, it's almost like once he gets in that rhythm, I mean, it's tough to break that rhythm, but once he does break it, it's hard for him to, repeat those strikes. It's almost like a feel thing where just doesn't have a good feel of the sinker, and misses a little up, misses a little out.
Well, there is the freshman lefty. They just started A&M last weekend in a tough spot. Meanwhile, a 1-ball count to Dickerson with 2 aboard. A strike to make it 1-1. Dickerson, a sophomore, Lee Summit, Missouri, his hometown. Finds the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 to number 21. Close pitch.
Yeah, it's a good look at just the movement from that fastball. A lot of arm side run. It starts it off in the middle of the plate and then misses inside. It's a heck of movement.
To center field, Rigdon has a play and gets to it to retire the side. A base hit, 2 left for Oklahoma. Some good work by Brennan Cyber. Work around some base runners. 9-5 in the third. Bottom of the third coming up for Vanderbilt. Top of the order due up. 9-5 the count. Commodores leading Oklahoma here in game 2. You check out the SEC standings. Georgia at the top at 10-2. And Andrew talked about teams really bunched up. Commodores moving over 500 in SEC play at 7-6. And Oklahoma, really good team, but only 5-8.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams opportunities to make some moves this weekend. And I think that 5-8 conference record for Oklahoma is really deceiving. They've lost a lot of like really close games, 1-run games, you know, to Texas, to Alabama. This is a really good game, a really good team, similar with the Commodores. I mean, we played some really good games, and there's a lot of game left to play, a lot of season left to play, and there's I think that looks a lot different here in a few weeks.
I think the thing for Oklahoma too is they played a lot of road games, as we detailed to start the night. This is their 3rd SEC road series in the last 4 weeks. But the flip side of that is he played 3 of the last 5 at home, and that probably helps you.
Yep.
Oklahoma won SEC series against Texas A&M and LSU, lost at Texas, and lost 2 out of 3 against Alabama last weekend. Mike Mancini to start the Vanderbilt third. A bouncer played by LeChance. Short trip to the bag, 1 out. Mancini's been a tough out. He's 0 for 2. Walked and scored a run back in the first. Now Brody Johnson's been on base twice, including an RBI single that brought home 2. His 2nd time up in the first inning. See there, he's been on 5 straight times. He's had a good series so far. Lefty Trent Collier. Came on in relief of Xander Mercurius last inning. Ball on a strike, the count to Brody. Four hits in the series. Foul tip to make it 1-2. Trying to tell if I got a piece of Brock maybe on the hand. Looks like he's okay.
A lot of change-ups here to Brody Johnson.
1-2, popped up, foul ground right side, out of play.
Yeah, tried to lull him to sleep and then threw a fastball, tried to get it underneath the hands of Johnston. But he was able to foul it off. See if he comes right back to the changeup here.
1-2 pitch, hit hard, but right at the shortstop. Willits wings it across, 2 gone. So Oklahoma finally able to keep Brody Johnston off base. 2 outs for Colin Barzy.
And then he went back to the changeup, got what he wanted. Got the rollover there. I wouldn't necessarily call it a rollover, but a ground ball right at his shortstop.
Well, Barzy walked and scored his first time up in the first inning, and then a line out to right and a nice play by Harris to close out a 48-minute first inning. Between the two teams, they combined 85 pitches in the first frame. 1 ball count. Angel Campos. I don't know if the right amount of attention at the right time. And they're going to charge a ball to Collier. like they asked him from the dugout, are you having trouble hearing on the pitch comm? He said, I'm okay. To Barzy. Delivers a strike.
You know, Kevin, I was just thinking, I mean, we saw assistant coach Todd Butler get tossed. If you're going to get tossed early, right?
Huh?
You know, think of all the time you got.
I mean, a game like this, you might have hours. 2-1. Barzy fights it off 2-2.
I feel like as a college baseball coach, you don't have a lot of time to yourself.
Yeah, well, you may get some quality time.
Get some quality time in the bus. No distractions.
Head over. Walk over to Satco, get some dinner. 2-2. Barzy out on strikes, and Vanderbilt done in the third. For the first time, Oklahoma turns in a 3-up, 3-down inning. Commodores leading the Sooners 9-5 after 3. Field, a beautiful night here in Nashville. A lot of offense. Most of the runs were in the first. And we'll get a first home appearance for freshman lefty Aiden Stillman. He is from Winter Park, Florida, and they've been really excited about this young man. Made his debut last weekend. That was a start in Game 3 against Texas A&M. Pitched 2/3 of an inning. Gave up a couple runs through 30 pitches. The guy's a top 5 prospect in the country. Top lefty out of the state of Florida. I'm excited to see this dude and see maybe what he learned from Game 1 to Game 2.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a heck of a position to put him in. Hey, you've never pitched here at Vandy. Why don't you go start in College Station? And yeah, that's a tough spot. But this is a very, very, very talented kid, very highly touted out of high school, and very much a needed left-handed arm in this staff. So very excited to have him back. Did not pitch much, didn't pitch at all in the fall, was coming back from an injury, and talked to Scott Brown at the beginning of the year about him, and he's like, yeah, he's coming along. We're just kind of waiting on making sure he's fully ready to come back, and he's ready to come back, and they definitely need him.
9-1-2 coming up for the Sooners here in the 4th. It'll be Kyle Branch, followed by Jason Walk and Jackson Willits. I don't know if they were going to turn down the Eagles and get the inning started or not. There's a pitch down for a ball. Branch a strikeout his first time up against Brandon Cyber, who had a tough first inning, but then turned in 2 clean innings, or 2 scoreless innings, I should say, after that. 5 strikeouts. One of the hitters for Oklahoma has been able to get on base. Fly ball foul right side, 1-2. Had a 9-game on base streak come to an end last night when he went 0 for 3. Only home run of the season happened back in that opening weekend down in Arlington when he homered against TCU. He was a all-freshman selection in the SEC last year. Stillman gets a strikeout. Branch caught looking, 1 out.
Yeah, pumped up the velo too, 96. A heck of a spot right here, right on the outside corner.
Back to the top for Jason Walk, 1 for 2. Single one scored in the first and a strikeout in the second. It's the right-hander Cyber. Third year for number 1 at OU. 58 starts last year. He was a top prospect out of the state of Georgia. He's from Ackworth. In there for a strike, 1-1. Break even from Stillman, but right back to the mound. Stillman got to it quickly in the dirt, but Maldonado can't hang on. Walk a one-out base runner.
Yeah, smart play that by Walk, just trying to get something going, get a base runner, drops one down, forces Stillman to get off the mound, and he did. I mean, he got off the mound very quickly, just rushed the throw a little bit. I thought Maldonado was going to have his back and pick it, but it was a tough tweener hop right there.
So an error allows Walk to reach. And Tim Corbin out for a word with plate umpire Angel Campos. Yeah, I wonder if they're talking about the walk when he was running to first. Let's see what we see right here. Well, I mean, he looked like he was okay. He was basically hugging the line, and he touched the green base, which was what you're supposed to do.
Vanderbilt is challenging the call that there was no runner's lane interference on the play. This play is under review.
So Vanderbilt asked for the challenge with one out here in the fourth.
Really taking a look at this.
Yeah, he's taking a minute. All right.
After review, there is no runner's lane violation. The runner is safe at first base. Vanderbilt loses their challenge. They have one remaining.
No more timeouts, Kevin.
All right. Well, Vanderbilt loses a challenge here, and Jackson Willett steps in with one out and a man at first. Double for Willets in the first, and caught looking in the second against Cyber. Stillman goes right back to work and throws a strike.
I feel like you could put more on the line for the challenge, like you lose an out or something like that.
You get an extra base runner added.
Yeah.
Liner left field. Willets has his second hit. Walk turns on the Jets, try to go first to third. He's safe, and Willett walks into second. Oklahoma mounting a threat here in the fourth, two in scoring position with one out.
It's a heads-up base running there from Willets. And Holcomb thought he could get Walk at third base. But in the return, you lose that double play option by keeping Willets there at first base.
Well, getting to the power spots in the batting order. Here's Gamble. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Homered 5 times, driven in 23, batting average .326. 3 hits last night, including a couple doubles and a run knocked in. Spot here to try to get Oklahoma a little bit closer. Can cut that deficit in half. Vandy in front 9-5 here in the 4th. 2-0, popped a mile-high left side of the infield. Brody Johnston makes the catch.
I think he lost it initially.
Yeah, I was with you, Andrew. I thought he might have lost it too, and it almost looked like he was trying to flip down the shades or something there for a second. Let's see.
I think he was potentially trying to throw his hat off, because I think he lost it, and then it came back into vision, and it was like almost behind him. That was a big league pop-up. That had some hang time to it.
Yeah, I think that's what he was doing. He was trying to flip his hat back a little bit to get a better look at it. So now with 2 outs, that was a huge out. Here is Brock, the cleanup man. Got an RBI on a fielder's choice and scored a run back in the first. 0 for 2, I should say. He's trying to chip away at the Vanderbilt lead. Big spot here for Oklahoma in the 4th with 2 on base. The freshman Stillman delivers a fastball for a strike. He is popping that mid. That's inside for a ball. 95 from the lefty.
He's got a good slider, good changeup as well, but he has really been relying on that fastball here this inning.
3-1 is ball 4. Maybe not the worst outcome at that at bat with Brock up. But you do load the bases for Camden Johnson, who's left the yard once already tonight. Go back to the first inning. Johnson hit a 3-run homer out of here to right field. 1 for 2, was robbed of a hit by Rigdon in the 3rd. Home run for Johnson in the first was his 2nd of SEC play to go with 1. He hit against LSU. The tying run at the plate. A 9-5 game here in the 4th. Bases loaded. Stillman delivers a strike. Walk at 3rd, Will at 2nd, and Brock at 1st. Big swing, 0-2.
Stillman just coming right at him with the fastball. See if he just sticks with it.
Hawkins Field crowd trying to encourage the freshman lefty. The 0-2 pitch. He got him. He fans Camden Johnson. Nope, it's a foul tip. Foul tip. Come back and do it again.
I thought so too. I thought he got him, but yeah. Foul tip, and Reynolds just couldn't hang on.
Oh, 2 pitch. Once again, reaches out and sends it out of play.
Yeah, tried to elevate the fastball again, or he did elevate the fastball again, and Johnson able to spoil it.
Oh, 2 left on left outside. A ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, because Johnson had was right on the fastball, had to switch up the pitches, went with the slider. away. We'll see if he comes back to the fastball here.
1-2.
Well, went back again. Trying to get him to chase on that slider away. The pitch covers a lot of ground, Kevin.
It sure
it's
does.
a big sweeping slider.
Now a 2-2, a 3 on base to the screen.
Nice little battle we've got here between Stillman and Johnson. And a big spot here too. Bases loaded. You think if Johnson can put the ball in play, at least 2 will score and cut that lead in half. Stillman just trying to sit him down, keep that lead at 4.
And now Brody Johnston calls time, and we'll go over and have a quick word with Stillman for a 2-2 pitch. Also get a new supply of baseballs. Johnson back in. Stillman on 2-2. Full count. Pitch number 9 of the AB on the way. This will be a payoff pitch with the bases loaded. 3-2, long drive, right field, and this game is tied.
Wow.
Camden Johnson, his second home run of the night, is a grand slam to even this game at 9.
And Stillman knew it right as it left his fingers too. It was a heck of a swing.
A no-doubter out of here to right field. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs for number 9, and we're only in the 4th inning. Goodness. Crushes it off the screen in right field.
And he doesn't get that pitch if he doesn't have the at-bat that he did. I mean, he was able to not chase those sliders out of the zone. He saw a number of fastballs in that exact same spot. He fouled off a lot of them. And yeah, there wasn't anywhere to put him. Bases were loaded, and Stillman executed a fastball. But man, Johnson, heck of a swing. Second home run here tonight for him.
Dayton LaChance, 1 for 2. And you think about the little things in that at bat, that foul tip on the 0-2 pitch.
Yeah.
So close to being strike 3. But a great at bat by Johnson to work the count full and hit a second home run. Well, that dude's having a heck of a night. And a 4-pitch walk to LaChance. Son Harris will be the 8th man to bat in the Oklahoma 4th. I wasn't sure 9 runs were going to win this game anyway.
Oh, no shot. No.
The way it had been going. Although it's settled down a little bit since the first inning. Just tuning in, a 48-minute first inning that had 85 pitches and 13 runs between the two teams.
Let's see, where are we now? We're at 196 pitches on the night.
Harris shows bunt. Doubled and scored in the first, a walk in the third. Stillman just trying to get the third out. 2 balls, no strikes. Or was that a strike? Yep, 1-1. Two balls, 1 strike, the count to Harris. If he can reach, Drew Dickerson would be the 9th man to bat here in the 4th. Game almost 2 hours old. Top half of inning number 4. Game 2, SEC battles. Now it's 3-1. This has the feel of Game 3 of the Vanderbilt Tennessee series going back a couple weeks ago.
I was going to say, this has the feel of like some of those early games we did back in like 2015, 2016. There were no pitch clocks, nothing. Just we were running, and a 4-hour game was pretty normal.
No pitch clock, no run rule. Strike 2 to run the count full to Harris. Stillman, 3-2 pitch, wins the battle this time. He fans Harris to retire the side, but damage done for the Sooners. 4 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 man left. The big swing. Camden Johnson has gotten yard twice, driven in 7, a grand slam to tie this game at 9. Bottom 4. The game on a Camden Johnson grand slam, and Andrew, nobody was more excited than Trent Collier, the left-hander. You see him there, number 39, getting fired up.
Yeah, think about it. You're pitching in a game, you're down by 4. A guy hits a grand slam, ties it up. You're able to go back out. It's basically like a new game. So yeah, Collier pumped for his teammate Johnson. Racking up the RBIs tonight.
Yeah, he's got 7 already, and gives him 28 on the season, so a 4th of his season's RBIs in this game. Here's Braden Holcomb to start the Vanderbilt 4th. Vandy sent 12 men to the plate, scored 8 runs in the first on only 2 hits. Big swing by Holcomb comes up empty, 0-2. Commodores won 10-5 last night. Game that was low scoring for most of the way and then got rolling later on.
It's coming back.
This is another high pop up on the infield. LaChance, the first baseman, gives way to the second baseman, Branch. He makes the catch, 1 out. Morgan Johnstone, 0 for 1, walked, brought in a run, scored a run back in the first. Vandy at 7-6 in SEC play. Oklahoma 6, trying to get a 6th win, coming in at 5-8. Past the first baseman, and Johnstone has his first hit of the night. Digging for 2, and he is there with a 1-out double.
That ball was absolutely scorched. LaChance didn't even have time to get the glove down. Now, what's also on this turf, that ball scoots pretty quickly on the infield. Johnstone easily legging out the double. I thought he was going to potentially go for 3, but Harris, the right fielder, got to that pretty quickly.
The fence also a little bit closer in right field this year. Maybe last year that is a triple for Johnstone. Here's Chris Maldonado. Go ahead run and scoring position with 1 out. 2 walks from Aldo tonight. The first one brought in a run in that 8-run first, and he later scored. Check of the runner. 1 strike pitch. Big swing, 0-2. Straight back this way. Stays an 0-2 count to the Vanderbilt first baseman. Battled injuries for a couple seasons, but through a pretty big chunk of this season has been the regular first baseman. One out, another 0-2 pitch. Toward right field and deep. Harris hauls it in. Tagging from second. Johnstone moves up 90 feet. Maldonado is out number 2.
Yeah, Kevin, off the bat, I thought that might have had a chance, but it almost like it just died out there.
And this is one of the rare games this season where there's really no wind either way. It feels like a lot of the games that we've seen in this park this season, the wind's been blowing out to left. Riker Waite has brought in 2 runs, was hit by a pitch in the first and a single in the second. Go ahead run, 90 feet away, down at third base, strike 1. Break-even pitch, taken for a strike. Collier trying to strand that runner. Keep it a tie game here in the 4th. Wait, the switch hitter batting right against the left-hander. The 1-2. Big swing, didn't get it. That's all for Vanderbilt in the 4th. A double and a runner stranded at third. Big strikeout for Collier. Tied at 9 as we go to the 5th. We have seen some fireworks here at Hawkins Field. We've only played 4 innings. Teams combining for 13 runs in the first. Oklahoma tying the game on a 4th inning grand slam by Camden Johnson. And the 3rd pitcher used tonight by Tim Corbin and company is right-hander and sophomore Nate Taylor, the transfer from Georgia, will come on to pitch the 5th. We saw Brennan Cyber and Aiden Stillman on the mound. Appearance number 10 for Taylor. Guy who did not have lots of opportunities last season in Athens. He made 9 appearances for the Bulldogs last year, but he's already surpassed that this season here in the black and gold, and threw an inning against Eastern Kentucky in the midweek game. 1 hit, 1 walk. We're going 1 1/3 against Texas A&M in game 3 of the series down at College Station last weekend when Vanderbilt played 3 games in 2 days. It was a Friday doubleheader due to some weather. Bottom of the batting order for Oklahoma due up here in the 5th. It'll be Dickerson and Branch, hitters 8 and 9. The back to the top for Jason Walk.
And Taylor's a good-looking right-hander in this pen. A good fastball, can ride it up there mid-90s. Kind of a slurvy, slider, got a cutter, changeup. Really just comes at you. Very competitive. I think coming out of the transfer portal, I think that's something that they really liked in him, is just he's going to get out there and he's going to compete.
Dickerson 1 for 2. RBI single in the first to fly out to center in the 3rd. Taylor delivers high for a ball. Dickerson's been in and out of the lineup. Tonight's his 16th start, but has really swung the bat well. You saw that good batting average. 2 home runs and now 16 RBIs. I was watching him during batting practice, and he hit one up by the air conditioning unit on Memorial Gym. So plenty of power. And a big swing to make it 1-2.
That sentence just brings so much joy to me.
It really does.
The air conditioning at Memorial. Yeah.
To be correct, it's an air cooling unit. I think is what it's called. Maybe not officially an air conditioning unit, but it works well in the summertime.
It works. Yeah.
2-2 the count. I've never been in there in like July or August and actually felt a little bit of a chill. I may need some long sleeves. 2-2, swing and a miss. Taylor dials up the heater to Van Dickerson and begin the fifth in a good way.
Yeah, went with the elevated fastball. As a hitter, it looks really good come out of the hands. Just so hard to lay off that. You see 8 Ks on the night for Vandy pitching.
Kyle Wrench has 2 of them. Swinging in the first, looking in the fourth. Big bouncer toward Waite. Comes to get it and throws out Branch. 2 outs. Well, a 4th appearance at the plate for Jason Walk, who singled and scored in the first, strike out in the second, reached on an error and came in to score in the grand slam in the 4th. Vanderbilt pitching has recorded 1 3-up, 3-down inning. That was the second when Brennan Seibers struck out the side against the top of the order. Strike pitch inside. That crazy Kyle in the house on the keys down below us. Big rip, 1 and 2.
I kind of love the mid or in between pitch organ.
Be back at Bridgestone tomorrow. They finally play a home game, the Predators do. Bouncer right side. Maldonado with the flip. It's close. And out at first. Taylor got there just in time. 3-up, 3-down. 3-1 on the putout. Halfway done in game 2, a 9-9 game. Vanderbilt and Oklahoma. Got to get off the mound with that ball to the right side. Right there. Close play. Out. Game tied. Look at the Cumberland River there in that last shot. Hawkins Field is where we are on a beautiful Friday night. I mean, it is perfect. Out here checking out some baseball. It's been a wild game. Oklahoma visiting Vanderbilt for the first time since the 70s. 9-9 game as we go to the bottom half of the 5th.
I'm sure for Oklahoma fans, Nashville a little bit different than 1978, I believe. Visiting this time. It's a little different.
A little different from 2018 or 2008. 8-9-1 for the Vandy boys against left-hander Trent Collier has done a good job.
I know Nashville looks different, but I mean, man, this field.
Oh yeah, the whole place
totally
does
different
for sure. Swing and a miss by Reynolds, who was hit by a pitch to bring in a run in the first when Vandy put up 8. Most of them on walks and hit batsmen. Also struck out in the second, 0 for 1. Pitch in the dirt. This guy right here, he plays catcher like a guy who's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think we've given him enough credit. You have Colin Barzy, who comes in as the starting catcher. Colin Barzy goes down with an injury, and have a guy that is a freshman to insert himself in there and handle the pitchers the way that he has. He's done a heck of a job all year. It goes down on strikes. Here's a nice little change up here by Collier.
Strikeout victim number 7 of the night, and 6 recorded by Collier. Here's Rustin Rigdon. Brought in 2 with a base hit in the first and scored a run. Strikeout in the second, 1 for 2. Pushes that bunt right side. Collier got off the mound and delivers to first.
Oh.
Did he hold the base? Out is the call. LaChance had to stretch out to get a throw that was a little bit wide, and let's take another look.
Yeah, did LaChance keep that foot on the base? I don't know. I think they are going to look at it.
Vanderbilt Vanderbilt is challenging the call. The runner is out at first base. This play is under review.
That is really close as to whether LaChance kept his toe on the base.
I mean, he might have kept like a cleat on the base, like the end, the very tip of the cleat on the base. But I mean, a heck of a job by LaChance.
It's really hard to tell.
Right. Yeah, because the bottom of his shoes kind of blend in with the turf there. Yeah, did the toe or one of those metal cleats stay on the bag there, right there?
Before the ball was in the back of the glove.
Yeah.
Well, see what the verdict is.
After a video review, the runner is out. Vanderbilt loses their challenge. They have none remaining. They may request a crew chief review beginning in the 8th inning.
So Vanderbilt out of challenges. Gave it a look on that play at first base. Back to the top for Mike Mancini. 0 for 2, walked and scored a run in the first. Mancini showing butt, brings in the third baseman Johnson a couple steps. A big night last night. He hit 2 home runs, including a 3-run shot that gave Vanderbilt the breathing room it needed in the 8th inning. Inside 2-0. Long drive, left field, down the line, off the bat of Mancini. And a foul ball.
I think so.
I thought at first that Gamble might have caught the ball, but
and then I thought it bounced fair. Yeah, it's a really tough angle down there.
yeah, it hit off the wall foul. There you go.
I didn't know it hit off the wall. I thought it hit like off his glove or something. A heck of an effort, though, by Gamble, the left fielder.
Yeah, he kind of corralled the ball in front of him at first. Kind of went out of view and thought he might have had it, but now a 3-1 count. Mancini can reach. Brody Johnston would be next. Mancini, plenty of power the other way. 3-1. Full count. Collier getting into some uncharted territory. 58 pitches, most of the season. Mancini fights off a 3-2 pitch. Fastball, low 90s. Look at a little battle here with Mancini fighting off another 3-2 pitch. Pitch count right at 60 for Collier. He's really done a good job out of the bullpen for Oklahoma.
Yeah, for a pin that's been really struggling tonight, finding the zone, Collier has just locked it in.
This is on the third payoff pitch. It's ball 4. Mancini draws a walk with 2 outs.
That's a heck of an at-bat by Mancini. Collier was just throwing strike after strike, but Mancini just kept fouling it off and eventually wore him down and didn't have another strike to throw.
Mancini closing in on 30 walks in the season. That was his 29th to go with 1 he had back in the first inning. Brody Johnston gets an AB with a man on base. Walken scored in the first, and later that same inning, a 2 RBI single. Mancini got a decent lead, draws the throw. Only stolen bases for Vanderbilt tonight were Mancini and Johnston on a double steal all the way back in the first inning. He had Mancini diving back to the base as he made the pitch to the plate. Mike's buddies are probably going to tease him about that one.
100%. It happens. I mean, you might see something, makes him think you're coming over there. And
if a lefty has a good move, that's hard to read.
yeah.
This might be the biggest lead Mancini has had. He is going. The pitch in the air, short left field. The shortstop, Willits, makes the catch. Vandy is done in the fifth. Man left for the Commodores, Trent Collier, the lefty for Oklahoma, has done a terrific job. Tied at 9 after 5. 9 apiece, Vanderbilt and Oklahoma here in game 2. Commodores took the opener last night 10-5. High scoring here in this second game. See, Camden Johnson has been the star for OU tonight. A 3-run homer in the first and a game-tying grand slam in the fourth. Driving in 7 up there 9. 8 spot for the Commodores in the first, most of it on walks and hit batsmen. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Sooners, and frame number 6 against Nate Taylor. Looked good in the fifth. Got him 3 up, 3 down for only the second time tonight. Here is Jackson Willis to start it off. 2 hits and 3 times up, scored a run. Pitch is outside. You can hear Nate Taylor as he delivers the ball. He is putting everything into all these pitches.
Yeah, there's a little extra ump behind it.
2-1. Right field on a line. Over to make the play, Johnstone. Willits is out number 1. Well, if he got it off the end of the bat, I thought it might be a little deeper than that, but no trouble for Johnstone.
Yeah, I think it wasn't right on the sweet spot, a little bit off the end of the bat.
0 for 2 night for Gamble. Go with a walk and a run scored in the first. He was on base for the first of the home runs by Johnson. Senior from Utah. One and one the count. 3 hits last night, 2 doubles, so looking for his 4th hit of the series. Got 4th in the SEC and on base percentage entering tonight's play. 5'11". And will have his first knock of the evening as he sends it over shortstop. Big turn at first and hangs on. 1 out single for Gamble here in the 6th. Brendan Brock, the Oklahoma catcher. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. 2 runs scored, as a matter of fact. Reached on an RBI in the first inning that brought in a run. Like so many guys transferring in from other places, Brock from Southwestern Illinois Community College, where he's a JUCO All-American. Like a cutter there from Taylor that stays upstairs. Leading the team in a bunch of different categories. Been really good for Oklahoma. Another throw over.
Yeah, something you don't really think about, but with the transfer portal, it kind of makes the mid-majors, kind of the junior college route. I mean, so many guys coming out of high school would maybe go to junior college for a couple years and then transfer in. Now, guys are going to some of the smaller, like mid-major schools and then transferring in. And so I would imagine there's a little bit of a harder recruiting for some of the junior college teams out there, losing some of those recruits to some of the mid-major teams.
Yeah, guys who might have been able to get normally. They appealed to first, and first base umpire Brian DeBrouwer said he held up, so now the count's 3-0. Taylor finds a plate for a strike, 3-1. It's just interesting in doing prep for these games is how few players have been there for, say, 3 seasons or 4 years, anything like that. Gets past the catcher Reynolds. It was ball 4 anyway. Runners at first and second as Gamble moves up 90 feet and Brock draws a walk. Well, here's that man again for Oklahoma. Camden Johnson. He is 2 for 3 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. Three-run shot in the first. Tied the game in the fourth. Hits it hard through the whole right side, and he will have maybe an 8th RBI, but they hold up the runner at third. He does have his 3rd hit. They keep Johnson in the yard, but the bases are loaded.
Man, he is seeing the ball so well. That looked like a changeup, just a little bit elevated. Nice piece of hitting there by Johnson.
3 hits off 3 different pitchers, and would have had a 4th hit if not for a great play by Rigdon in center field in the 3rd inning. Big time threat for Oklahoma, trying to take the lead for the 2nd time tonight here in the 6th inning. They led 5-0 the top half of the first before Vanderbilt put up an 8 spot. They came back to tie on the grand slam in the 4th. A chance, 1 out of 2. Base hit and a walk. Long one right field, down the line. Does Oklahoma have their 2nd grand slam? Yes, they do. LaChance, his 2nd home run of the series, his 2nd of the season. Grand slam number 2 gives the Sooners the lead.
That was a heck of a swing there, Kevin. And I don't think that was a huge, or I don't think that was a terrible pitch. It was a little bit off the plate. Take a look. Yeah, I mean, that was like an inch or 2 off the plate. Just reaches out. Good extension through the ball. And man, big grand slam there by Oklahoma.
And a big rip by Desan Harris, who's 1 out of 2 with a double. Go with a walk. Dayton LaChance had himself a good trip to Nashville. Hit a 2-run homer last night. Now a grand slam. Make it 13-9. Sooners in front. A team that's not really been known for the long ball this season, but they've hit 3 tonight. Breaking pitch for a strike, 1-2. Popped up. Mancini back a couple steps to make the catch as he jammed Harris. 2 outs. Drew Dickerson 1 for 3 with an RBI. First pitch, breaking pitch in there for a strike to Dickerson. Sophomore from Lee Summit, Missouri. 16 RBIs with the one he knocked in. Tries a breaking ball, missed to make it 2-1. Oklahoma offense started off the season red hot. They had 7 straight games scoring double-figure runs. Big swing. They have hit double digits tonight. It's 13-9. Taylor trying to close it out, and he does. Swing and a miss. Vance Dickerson. Oklahoma, for the second time tonight, they used the slam to put 4 on the board. This time, Dayton LaChance going oppo down the right field line. The slam makes it 13-9 Sooners. Grand slams. First Camden Johnson and then Dayton LaChance. That was in the 6th inning to push OU in front. This guy's been terrific on the mound. Trent Collier entered the game in the 2nd, still out there as we start the 6th. Middle of the order, Barcy, Holcomb, and Johnstone for the Vandy boys. It's going to be a pinch hitter, actually, as we'll see Tommy Gooden come up. Plenty of power for this guy. He had Vanderbilt's most memorable Grand Slam of 2026, and that was the one to beat Tennessee.
There's a lot of pop in that bat. Gooden.
There it was. Right field. Oh, can't hang on. Walk almost made a great play. Down on the warning track, and Gooden has a double off the bench for a 2-bagger.
This is a great play all the way around. The ball was smoked to right center field. I don't even know how Walk got to this ball. Covers a lot of ground. Heck of an effort. I think it went in the glove, just could not handle it when it grabbed on the ground. Man.
It almost looked like he was in the palm of his glove and then popped out as he hit the turf.
I thought there's no way he's going to get to it.
No, I didn't think so either.
He covered a lot of ground out there.
Sure did. That was a great effort. And this will be the end of the night for Trent Collier. Head coach Skip Johnson has to be thrilled with the way his left-hander came in and just stabilized the game. Nick Weslowski will come in from the Oklahoma bullpen. Tell you about him when we come back. 13-9 in the 6th. Freshman right-hander Nick Weslowski is in for Oklahoma. 4th pitcher used tonight. No record 5th appearance. Really effective out of the pen in 6 2/3. After 4 innings of work by Trent Collier. Good out at second base with a double is his responsibility, but to this point, 4 frames of 3-hit ball. 2 walks and a half dozen strikeouts through 67 pitches. That was the season high. Well, this guy can get you back within a couple with 1 swing. 0 for 2 for Braden Holcomb. A walk and a run scored. Swing, couldn't get the slider. First delivery here from Weslowski.
Yeah, that's what we're going to see a lot of here with the right-handed Holcomb. A lot of that slider on the outside corner. Does have the fastball. High 80s, low 90s. Yeah, it goes right back to the slider.
Well, it feels like it's been a minute since this guy's hit a Hulk smash. Last home run in game 1 of the series against LSU back on March 13th. Gooden at second. Nobody out. 1-2 to Holcomb.
Yeah, Kevin, we're kind of getting to that point in the season where, especially in conference play, there's a lot of data on you. So guys knowing what pitches you can handle, what pitches you can't. Got to find a way to make some adjustments.
Long one left field. Holcomb with a Hulk smash to cut that lead in half. It's 13-11. A no-doubter line drive to the bleachers.
I think that was just a hanging breaking ball and a heck of a job right there by Braden Holcomb. See 108 off the bat, man. A heck of an approach. Was on time for the fastball. Reacted right here to the hanging breaking ball. Perfect timing, perfect extension. Just what the Commodores needed. A little shot in the arm right there. Also, you got to make the play in the outfield, right?
Yeah.
And in the stands.
For sure.
It was right to that guy. I don't care if you got a glove or not. I mean, if it's right to you, you gotta secure that home run ball.
Although that one was coming out there pretty fast.
It was. There just wasn't a lot of communication.
Yeah,
I think that was the biggest thing. And then they start turning on each other.
Maybe he was thinking the Oklahoma guy might have thrown it back. Ball on a strike here to Logan Johnstone. Second hit of the series for Holcomb. Does some damage. 24 runs combined. We only played 5.5 innings. Double by Gooden off the bench, and then Holcomb with a 2-run bomb. Held up, a pitch up. 2-2. Full count to Johnstone. Still nobody out here in the 6th inning. Double in his last at bat. Payoff. Launched center field. Pretty deep. Gonna stay in the yard. Walk. Gets to it. 1 out. Johnstone out on a fly ball. Here's Chris Maldonado. 0 for 1, 2 walks and a run scored. Also an RBI on a bases loaded walk.
Well, if you just listen to the contact off of Collier was not nearly as solid and hard as what we've seen here in the bottom of the 6th. So Commodores definitely excited to get Collier out of the game there.
The strike to Maldonado. Yeah, I think even if you hadn't been looking, if you heard the ball that Holcomb hit, you probably would have assumed it was a home run.
For sure. And even that ball from Johnstone, very much barreled right there, just a little bit underneath it, but solid contact.
Another solid hit, but right to the left field where Gamble comes in to make the catch. The line drive off the bat of Maldonado. 2 gone.
And Maldonado seeing the ball really well, really good at bats, every single one tonight.
That's what his teammates are telling him as he goes back to the dugout. Hit it hard. Right at the left fielder. Here's Riker Waite. He is 1 out of 2, has 2 RBIs and a run scored. Batting average up over 300 for the Vanderbilt shortstop. His first year of playing full time. Right side scooped up by Branch at second. Delivers to first to retire the side. But Vanderbilt puts 2 on the board to cut the lead in half for Oklahoma. Braden Holcomb. Give him a dozen home runs on the season. Line shot to the bleachers in left center. It's 13-11. Braden Holcomb, 2-run homer, has Vanderbilt 2 runs closer, 13-11 as we go to the 7th. Here is the ball that Holcomb hit, and these were actually 2 Oklahoma fans. I thought the guy on the left at first might have been a Vandy fan, but neither made the catch. So close. And then taking a look, the fans across the aisle. Come on, you guys. Somebody's got to make a play.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of communication. Yeah, wasn't a lot of communication there.
Try to get a souvenir from the trip to Nashville. Here's Luke Guth, junior from Franklin, PA. Parents number 15, been a reliable arm out of the Vanderbilt bullpen. Check out his season numbers. He'll face 9-1-2 in the batting order for the Sooners in the 7th. It's been a long game with a lot of offense. We started out with a 13-run first inning. Oklahoma with 2 grand slams in the 4th and again in the 6th. Off the bats of Camden Johnson and Dayton LaChance. Braden Holcomb with a 2-run homer for Vanderbilt in the bottom half of frame number 6. 13-11 here in game 2. Got one more to go tomorrow. Kyle Brench, the second baseman, to start it off, 0 for 3. I'm going to give those guys a little bit of a pass because that was a rocket that Holcomb hit, and it wasn't quite
it was more of a line drive. It wasn't like a pop fly.
Yeah, if it had just like dropped into their lap and,
quick, that was quick turnaround.
I mean, it didn't just like splash down like the Artemis capsule or anything like that. Yeah, they're still mad. Your buddies are wearing them out. The guys on TV were giving you a hard time. Pitch inside, 2-1. So the astronauts made it back safely?
Apparently.
284 pitches and counting. Let's play here in the 7th. Straight back. 2-2 to Branch. Branch, Walk, and Willits coming up.
And Kevin, you bring up a good point about, got the finale tomorrow. As this game gets going longer, it's a quick turnaround for tomorrow with the 1 o'clock start.
It is served foul right side.
And so even though the Commodores won last night, if Oklahoma can take this game, they have a ton of momentum going into tomorrow. Similar with Vandy, if you can take this game, you already take the series, you have the opportunity to sweep tomorrow. So this game, the longer it goes, the more important it becomes just to grab that momentum for that game tomorrow, because it'll be a little groggy tomorrow. After there's a lot of pitches were thrown tonight. There's a lot of emotion tonight. There's just a lot of energy expounded tonight.
We're talking about that Tennessee series a couple weeks ago, and granted it was a day game, the Saturday game too, but that 16-inning game, it just felt like, how that game goes really affects how you feel about the next game. Fly ball to right for Johnstone. Over a couple steps to make the catch. Branch is 0 for 4. You play 16 innings and you expend all that energy and you don't come out on the winning end, then you have to turn it around and play again the next day. And on the other hand, like you said, if you win that game, then you have a chance for a sweep and you feel completely different about it. On the top of the order, Jason Walk. Scored 2 runs. Had a base hit in the first, reached on an error and scored in the 4th. Guth misses down 1-1. Right side, Mancini. Throw right on target, 2 outs. Commodores have been able to get Oklahoma in order twice tonight. The first time in the 2nd, the other time in the 5th. Jackson Willits is 2 out of 4 tonight. Double in the 1st, singled and scored in the 4th. He was on base for the first of the grand slams. So 1 o'clock tomorrow. You and I get here, what, 12:45 or so?
Now I'd be pushing it 12:50.
Okay.
Yeah.
One ball count, foul back, 1-1.
We have to get our rest, you know?
Yeah, we got to be well rested. Nah, it's fun to get out here early, watch the BP, see what's going on. 1-1. Goff drops in the breaking pitch for strike 2. See if Goff get 1-2-3. Rolled over right side. Goff off the mound. Maldonado, the long toss in time. Good play on both ends. 3-1 on the putout. Goff gets a 1-2-3. There's doing the work.
It'll definitely change the kind of the look of Hawkins Field. Very much used to seeing the bleachers and then a big view of the engineering building in right field, but yeah, definitely be great. Great addition.
Jason Bowden is one of the regulars out of the Oklahoma bullpen in to pitch the 7th. 8-9-1 for Vanderbilt coming up. Corbin Reynolds, Rustin Rigdon, then back to the top for Mike Mancini. Pitched an inning, 1 earned run last night in game 1. This one over the mound to second base. Throw in time. Branch charging to make the play and retire Reynolds, 1 gone.
That fastball just ran in on the hands of Reynolds. But a great job by Bowden. You see so many times a pitcher, there's a ball that just goes kind of up near, right above their head. They try to grab it, it bounces off, and the infielder behind him can't make a play. Just said, all right, I'm just going to let those guys make the play behind me, and that's exactly what happened.
Bowden has been such a reliable arm for this team for the last couple years. 31 appearances in relief last year. That was the 2nd most in the SEC. He was really key in their regional win against North Carolina. So the fastball hit the mid-90s. Sweeper and a slider and a changeup. And out number 2 as he gets Rigdon.
A heck of a spot, 96, right on the corner. It's got some serious sink to it. Kind of comes from that lower arm angle. Some good arm side run.
Well, for tonight for Mike Mancini, does have 2 walks and a run scored, also a stolen base. Dude has been red hot in SEC play. That went off the catcher into the backstop, but it was a strike. You're going to give him the first base. So Mancini hit by a pitch with 2 outs.
Oklahoma is challenging the call of hit by pitch. This play is under review.
All right, so Brian DeBrouwer says Oklahoma wants to take a look. Let's see.
He squared around a bunt and tried to get out of the way. It looks like it might have gotten the knob of the bat.
Yeah, that's what I was watching for too. And then when the pitch came in. Chris Matarazzo, Vanderbilt's athletic trainer, speaking with Mancini.
I definitely think it got part of the knob, but it hit that wrist as well.
And you see the ball change direction.
Yeah, it definitely hit him. I mean, like it hit him or the bat. Like it definitely made contact. But yeah, that's the question. Was it just the knob of the bat? And in that case, it would just be a foul ball, or did it get a piece of his hand? Call on the field was a hit by pitch. So is there enough evidence to overturn it?
Well, challenges have not been Vanderbilt's friend tonight. See what happens on this one. Requested by Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's a pretty good view. I mean, that looks like it hit the knob pretty squarely.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think this may come back.
That's the best view we've seen.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think this may be a foul ball. Skip Johnson came out for a moment. Both coaches have been on the field during this review.
They are taking a look at it. Taking a while to make a decision here. As they probably should. I mean, this is a big part in the game.
After review, it's a foul ball. The count will be 0-2. The batter will remain at bat. Oklahoma retains their challenge. They have 2 remaining.
And Andrew, I thought from what we saw, they looked like the right call.
Totally. It was hard to see from a couple of the angles, but that last angle, camera angle we saw, looks like it hit the knob pretty squarely, which that's a tough break if you're Mancini, because you square around, that ball's coming right at you, just trying to get out of the way, but somehow hits the knob.
0-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. So that was a big turn as Mancini strikes out to end the 7th. Oklahoma wins a challenge and gets Vanderbilt 1-2-3. We played 7 in Nashville. 2 grand slams have been big for the Oklahoma Sooners tonight. They lead Vanderbilt 13-11 as we move to the 8th. A beautiful night in Nashville on West End. Here on the Vanderbilt campus, Kevin Ingram, Andrew Harris, our producer Doug Stanton, our entire SEC Network crew working hard. It's been a long ball game. 2 innings to play as we'll see the middle of the order coming up for OU in the 8th. It'll be Gamble and then Brock and then Johnson against Luke Guth. 2nd inning of work. Delivers a breaking pitch for a strike to start the 8th. Trey Gamble was on base with a single in the 6th and came in on the grand slam by LaChance. Walked and scored back in the 1st. Also on a home run, and that was the first of 2 by Camden Johnson. We have seen some offense in this game. We've seen a little bit of everything. God, I want to find the play for strike 2. Using the breaking pitch and throwing it for strikes. OU put up 5 in the 1st, 3 on a home run, and Vanderbilt worked walks and hit batsmen and put up 8 to answer. The 2 slams by the Sooners, one in the 4th and another in the 6th. Two to Gamble. Guth, the payoff. Hit hard and into center field for a single. 2nd hit of the night for the number 3 man in the batting order for OU.
Yeah, Guth went with the changeup, just elevated it a tad bit too much. A nice piece of hitting there by Gamble. Sticking with it. Heck of a stroke there.
Well, this guy's been a tough out throughout the series for Vanderbilt. 2 hits in the opener last night. He's been on base 3 times tonight, although the first time was on a fielder's choice that brought in a run. 2 walks, and he scored 3 times. Brandon Brock, the catcher. Only 2 pitchers for the Commodores in game 1 last night. Guth is the 4th on the mound to go with Cyber and Stillman and Taylor for Tim Corbin's team in game 2. Vanderbilt has move things around a little bit in terms of the weekend rotation for this week. And we'll see Wyatt Neto get the start tomorrow. He has typically been the game 2 starter. Tim Corbin talking earlier this week about how, let's see this first, third out a second. Boy, wow. Corbin Reynolds has been fantastic behind the plate. That makes 10 runners. He has gunned down trying to steal in 2026. He cuts down Gamble.
I mean, what's more impressive is that ball was, you know, a couple of inches from hitting Brock. He's able to just keep his heartbeat low, grab it in the quick transfer. A heck of a throw there by Reynolds, right in the throwing lane.
1-1 pitch is strike 2. There you go.
And to do that as a freshman, super impressive.
1-2 from Guth. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I started to say Tim Corbin was talking earlier in the week about game 3 and how they just simply have to find some answers pitching wise for the 3rd game of a series that you don't want to be giving up, you know, 1 or 2 touchdowns on Sunday every week. 2-2 just off the plate, full count. Injuries have played a role in that, especially with the loss of Austin Nye, who had been one of your weekend starters. Guth, the payoff. Ball 4. So both batters he has faced here in the 8th have reached. It was Gamble with a single, thrown out trying to steal, and now Brock with a walk. Camden Johnson, he's been the toughest out in the Oklahoma batting order tonight. He has 3 hits, a 3-run homer, a grand slam, a single. And the only time Vanderbilt got him out was when Rustin Rigdon made a great play in the 3rd inning, where he would have 4 hits. Two of the 5 bombs have come tonight, 7 of the 28 RBIs. Decent lead at first for Brock. An Oklahoma team that has run a lot this season. Brock is 19 out of 20 in steal tries. Left's going. Pitch is a strike, 1-1. So Reynolds has cut down 10 out of 18 this season. That's a pretty nice percentage right there. Over 50%.
Yeah, doing a really good job of handling the pitchers, but also just handling the run game. And I've said it before, but you come in thinking you're going to take some, like, you know, midweek games, give Barzy a rest, to going to, okay, I'm the guy. I'm catching pretty much every game. And, man, he's done a heck of a job.
First-year player from Clarksville. Excellent behind the plate. Oklahoma in front by 2 here in the 8th. Reynolds comes up throwing right on the bag, but the runner gets back. Paying attention to Brock, who's certainly a threat. You sit here and think, if you're Oklahoma and you've had a lot of success stealing bases, do you test him again? Not a huge lead for Brock at first. 2-1 pitch. Johnson couldn't hold up, and a pitch down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Brock is a guy that, I mean, he stole some bags now. So, I don't know. Probably going to get an off-speed pitch here. Might be a good opportunity.
The 2-2. He's on the move. It's pulled foul. Another throw over. It gets by Maldonado. And safe at second. So a throwing error allows Brock to move up 90 feet.
It doesn't need the stolen base there. Yeah, it just looked like the short hop there with Maldonado got right underneath the glove. Yeah, that's a huge run right there.
Also, you take the double play out of play. Another 2-2 pitch with one out. Runner at second. Swing and a miss. They're able to retire Johnson. The strikeout completed. Brock is still at second base now with 2 outs.
Nice job by Gus coming right after throwing that ball away, going right back at the hitter, concentrating, and getting Johnson for only the second time tonight.
That is 10 strikeouts recorded by Vanderbilt pitching, but another big out to get. Dayton LaChance. Both of his home runs have come in this series, including a grand slam that gave the Sooners the lead in the 6th. 2 for 3 tonight with a walk. Went the other way, just inside the foul pole, down the right field side. Toward Wade at shortstop. Over to first. Side retired, man stranded for the Sooners. 8th inning in the Music City. It's still 13-11 Oklahoma. Hits, only 6 hits for Vanderbilt, 11 runs, but a lot of them were in the first inning on walks and hit batsmen. Brody Johnston, Tommy Gooden, Braden Holcomb for the Commodores in the 8th. It's right-hander Jason Bowden. Good arm out of the Oklahoma pen. One hit for Johnston tonight. That was a 2-run single in his second at bat in the first inning, or second plate appearance anyway. Walked and scored. 1 out of 3. Two runs knocked in to give him 32. Great season for this dude. 364. 1 strike pitch. Bowden leans him away. Coming in tonight, SEC play 328 with 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. So now 11 knocked in conference games. They appeal. One-two pitch down to third, scooped by Johnson. Takes his time and retires Brody. 1 out.
A big first out right there from Bowden. You come through the heart of the order here, and the Commodores dwindling down on their chances to get some more runs. So just trying to bear down here so they can push it to the 9th. But Commodores just need some base runners and need some big swings from guys like Gooden.
Tommy Gooden pinch hit. Doubled in the 6th and came in on the 2-run homer by Braden Holcomb that cut a 13-9 deficit in half to make it 13-11. Home runs have been a lot of the story for Vanderbilt here in 2026. The home run by Holcomb was Vanderbilt's 31st in SEC play and 77th overall, trying to better the record of 100 set back in the championship year of 2019. 0-2 the count to Gooden.
Yeah, it seems like that number is going to be beaten pretty handily.
Yeah, you got to think they're going to cruise on past that one as Gooden sends this one foul. '19 Vanderbilt squad, good as it gets. Winning the 2nd national title in Omaha. Pitch downstairs, 2-2. Oklahoma has been to the championship series as recently as 2022. Head coach Skip Johnson. Gooden pulls it to first. LaChance was playing close to the line and takes it to the bag. And Bowden is on a knee out near the mound. And let's see if he's okay.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get off the mound to go cover first and tripped.
He stumbled a little bit coming off the mound. It looked like the first step that he took with his left foot.
I don't know if he made a twist an ankle. We'll take a look here.
Like he stepped with the right, then stumbled with his left foot, and we'll throw a couple pitches here. He's going to be okay.
Maybe pride was hurt more than anything.
Yeah, maybe so.
You see the smile there from Bowden. Caught a little grief from his third baseman, Johnson.
Oklahoma happy to see this guy come to the plate with nobody on base. He hit a laser beam out of here in the 6th inning for a 2-run homer. Lays off a slider away, 1 ball. Two runs scored tonight for Holcomb. He has 1 out of 3. That 2-run shot in the 6th inning. Gooden buries that pitch to make it 2-0. Let's go back 2 innings. Holcomb, a hanger. It ended up about 6 rows deep. OU fans struggled to make the play. Vandy dugout was fired up. And the best parts, the fans across the aisle went to it on replay and checked out the whole thing again. So we'll do our own replay review out here. 2-1 strike count to Holcomb. Close, but just off the plate. Slider makes it 3-1. Ball 4, so Vanderbilt will get the tying run to the plate here in the 8th. Holcomb on base for the 3rd time tonight. His 2nd walk. Logan Johnstone, 1 for 3, a double in the 4th. Walked, brought in a run, and scored a run in the 1st.
Probably 2 of those pitches, Kevin, were pretty borderline. I mean, they were all balls, but easily could have been swung upon. But nice job by Holcomb holding off and getting on base.
Fouled off by Johnstone.
Bowden doing a really good job of mixing up his pitches. We've seen the fastball jump up there at about 97. We've seen a little cutter action. Seen a good changeup. Seen a curveball. A lot of stuff coming at you.
Left side in the air. Johnson in foul territory. It stays in play, and he makes the catch to get Bowden out of any further difficulty here in the 8th. Johnstone pops up. 13-11 as we move to the 9th here in the Music City. This have been the Oklahoma Slammers tonight. 2 grand slams and 1 3-run bomb, providing a whole lot of the offense as they try to even this series. 13-11 as we arrive in the 9th inning at Hawkins Field in Nashville. A 3-run shot and a grand slam by Camden Johnson. Then the go-ahead slam by Dayton LaChance. That was in the 6th. Bottom of the order, due up against Luke Guth. His 3rd inning of work. Son Harris getting the start tonight. Double and scored in the 1st. Since then, a walk, a strikeout, and a pop out. Don't forget, Game 3 coming up tomorrow, 1 o'clock Central Time. We'll be with you. Field to 3rd, went around 1-2.
Got him. Nice spot.
Yeah, nice pitch by Luke Guth. Drops it in for strike 3, 1 out.
And with the backdoor slider, just whoop, right in the outside corner.
11 Ks for Vanderbilt pitching tonight. Here's Drew Dickerson. 1 for 4, RBI single in the first. With a fly out and 2 strikeouts. 4 pitchers used: Cybers, Stillman, Taylor, and Guth. Trying to finish it off and give Vanderbilt a chance in the bottom half of the ninth. Down by 2 runs. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Commodores. Big swing, comes up empty, 0-2. With 1 out, an 0-2 pitch, line foul. See quite a few crimson-clad Oklahoma fans in the house.
Yeah, traveling good. I will say Nashville is not a difficult city to say, oh, I'd like to go to the weekend series there.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's go do that. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts for Guth here in the ninth. 2 gone for Kyle Branch.
Nice executed pitch right here. Fastball elevated right at the letters. Nice pitch from Guth.
Well, for all the offense for Oklahoma tonight, been a tough night for Kyle Branch. 0 for 4. Luke Guth has done a good job of keeping the game where it is. Check swing foul, 1-1. Foul ball to the third base dugout, 1-2. Branch can keep the inning going, go back to the top for Jason Walk. Luke Guth trying to close it out right here with 2 outs in the ninth.
Yeah, you need the 1-2-3 inning. Trying to get that momentum for your offense coming to the bottom of the ninth.
Trying to strike out the side. We'll get him out in order. Pop up Mancini. A long wait, and he has it. That is it for Oklahoma in the ninth. 3 up, 3 down. Maldonado, Wade, and Reynolds coming up in the bottom of the ninth. Vandy down 2. Appearance number 13 for senior right-hander Jackson Cleveland out of the Oklahoma bullpen to try to close it out. Nobody out in the ninth. Tying run coming up. He has 4 saves. That's 3rd in the SEC. Transferred from Miami, Florida. 19 appearances last season with the Hurricanes. Couple years at Lamar down in Texas, his home state. So here we go with Vanderbilt down by 2. Oklahoma's used 2 grand slams tonight and 3 total home runs, counting for 11 of their 13. Colin Brightwell went into pinch run for Chris Maldonado after he was hit by a pitch to start the inning. Riker Wade has brought in 2 runs. He was hit by a pitch in the first, brought in a run and scored a run, then an RBI single in the second. Old foul on the first offering from Cleveland.
There's a lot of funky stuff coming from Cleveland. And with the opportunity to tie up the game here, I don't think you're going to see many fastballs. It's a splitter we just saw there. It's a big curveball, a two-seamer as well.
Right side. They go to second to get the lead runner safe at first. I wondered at first if that might be a little gamble by Oklahoma, but that was a good play to cut down Brightwell. Wake takes his place on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, got the ground ball, got exactly what he wanted. Got the high chopper, LaChance. Nice job just getting the ball to his shortstop and getting the lead runner.
So 3-6 on the putout. Carter Johnstone will come off the bench to pinch hit for Corbin Reynolds. Foul tip, strike one. Earlier in the season, we saw him some at second base. Of course, his brother Logan has been a mainstay in right field. One strike pitch, pulled down to first. They get the out at second. In time, double play, and Oklahoma takes game two, 13-11. Nice double play started by Dayton LaChance to finish it off.
That ball was scorched, but a heck of a play there by LaChance, and then a great turn by Willits. But man, it was a marathon, Kevin, but Oklahoma found a way to just get it done.
So Oklahoma sees Jackson Cleveland record his 5th save of the season, 2 grand slams and a 3-run homer by Oklahoma. Really, it was the long ball that did the job for the Sooners tonight.
It was a lot of action early, and then, yeah, Oklahoma just leaving the ballpark. Heck of a job. Going to be a big one tomorrow, Kevin, for both teams.
Oklahoma goes to 6-8 in SEC play. Vanderbilt now 7-7. Game 3 coming up tomorrow, 1 o'clock Central Time. For Andrew Harris, producer Doug Stanton, our entire SEC Network crew, Kevin Ingram,